Okay, well, I thought this was nice because they tell you what's different. Okay, what's the same? The classic rules. And you have two choices. You can play the classic rules or the Star Wars rules. What's different? Sith cards, Count Dooku, replace the classic chance cards. Jedi cards, the Yoda cards, replace the classic community chest cards. Republic credits, replace the traditional money. Game board spaces and corresponding title deeds represent galactic properties. All the values are the same as the corresponding deeds in the classic Monopoly edition. Choose from 6 collect Star Wars themed tokens. In place of the traditional railroads, the Star Wars Clone Wars edition features 4 transports. The 2 utilities are now the Skytop Station and the Republic Medical Station. A trade route blockade replaces the traditional income tax, and ransom replaces the luxury tax. Instead of houses and hotels, you'll use settlements and cities. An optional Star Wars gameplay adds even more excitement to the special edition of Monopoly. Okay, so optional Star Wars rule. If you want to add some galactic excitement, use the following rules when rolling 6s. Starting the game. Starting the banker, each player in turn rolls the dice. The player with the highest roll... okay, this might wind up... Okay, let's see. With the highest roll, starts the play and chooses the character token first. If you choose General Grievous or Asajj Ventress, you follow the dark side rules. If you have any other tokens, you will follow the light side rules. Light side versus dark side. If you roll a 6 with either of your 2 dice, move your token as usual, the sum of the 2 dice, and receive any privileges or penalties pertaining to the space on which you land. After completing your move, then you have 2 options. You may end your turn and pass the dice to the next player, or you may send your troops on a covert mission based on your 6th roll. Use rules below. Once you have completed the mission, whether it is a success for a player or failure, your turn is over. Light side rules, Republic defense. Along with the 6 that you roll, the second die number will determine the rule that you need to follow. See examples below in blue. 1 and 6 early discovery. Roll 2 or higher, get any one available property, or collect $100 from the bank. If you roll a 1, pace 100 to the bank. 2 and 6 establish bases. Roll 2 or higher, get any 2 available properties, or collect 200 from the bank. If you roll a 1, pay 100 to the bank. 3 and 6 jump to the hyperspace. Rolls 2 or higher and move your token anywhere. If you roll a 1, pay $100 to the bank. Apparently, rolling a 1 is always paying $100 to the bank. Elude 4 and 6 eludes Count Dooku. Roll 2 or higher and take another turn. Rescue Senator. Roll a 6. Probably Padme. How much you want to bet? Roll a 6 and collect $3,000 from the bank. If you roll anything other than 6, pay $100 to the bank. 6 and 6 Jedi Mind Trick. Roll 4 or higher and move any other player to any space. If you roll 3 or less, play 100 to the bank. When you roll 6 and 6, move your token and complete your turn as usual, including the optional roll for the Jedi Mind Trick. Once your turn is complete, follow the traditional double roll and roll again. Okay, dark side. Discover the Sith plot. Along with the 6 that you roll, the second die number will determine that what you need to follow. See examples below in blue. 1 and 6, ambush. Roll 4 or higher, steal any one property. This property cannot be part of a monopoly. If you roll 3 or less, pay 100 to the bank. I guess a monopoly is when you have all 3 properties. 2 and 6, droid domination. Roll 4 or higher, steal any 2 properties. These properties cannot be part of a monopoly. Roll 3 or less, 100 to the bank. Wow, it kind of sucks being a Sith because, with the Jedi, if you only roll a 1, you have to pay 100. But anything with the Sith, apparently, if you roll 3 or less, you have to pay 100 to the bank. Roll 2 or higher and jump to 3 and 6, jump to hyperspace. Roll 2 or higher and move your token anywhere. If you roll a 1, pay 100 to the bank. 4 and 6 gain clearance. Roll 2 or higher and take another turn. If you roll a 1, pay 100 to the bank. 5 and 6, swift victory. Roll a 6 and destroy any one player and take all of his take all of his properties and money. If you roll anything other than a 6, pay 200 to the bank. 6 and 6, take hostage. Roll 4 or higher and move any other player to any space. If you roll 3 or less, pay 100 to the bank. When you roll 6 and 6, move your token and complete your turn as usual, including the optional roll for take hostage. Once your turn is complete, follow traditional double roll and roll again. So, at the start of the game, you are Anakin. You roll, this is an example, and you roll a 2 and a 6. Move 8 spaces to Rusan. You give the banker 100 Republic credits and purchase this property. You decide to use the special Star Wars rules. Because you are Anakin, you will use the light side special rules. Based on your roll of 2 and 6, you will attempt to establish bases. You roll 1 die and get a 3. Since this is higher than 2, you get to take any 2 properties for free. You choose Abrogato and System and Botha White to form a monopoly. So I have completed playing the game, and it's pretty much just like regular Monopoly. I was kind of surprised because I thought that little rule about rolling 6s would make the game go faster, and it really doesn't. But, you know, it's a lot of fun. I didn't wind up completing the game because since I'm not feeling well, I started feeling a little dizzy. And, you know, and I enjoyed playing with my mom and all, but we always played by the polite rules, so, which means you don't really kick the person too much when they're down, kind of essentially. So, it'll be interesting to see how it is when I play with my dolls, because when I play with the dolls, it's every man for himself. I can be a vicious player and have bad sportsmanship, and yeah, so that's why I play with dolls a lot. Well, I mean, you know, when I play with my mom, you know, that's a nice thing too, you know, spend quality time and all that. But with dolls, the reason why I play with dolls is so I can be a butthole. So, and nobody's feelings get hurt except maybe the dolls. But the dolls, I think, are just happy to get out of their cardboard things for a while and get some new scenery. So I don't figure they mind too much. So anyway, it's pretty much just like basic Monopoly, you know, but it is fun. So that's my review. I hope you enjoyed it.